Welcome, guys. So, Neighborhood Hustle 101. What exactly is wholesaling if a lot of you guys aren't familiar? So, wholesaling is the fastest and easiest ways to make money in real estate without actually owning a property. It's a strategy that allows you guys to find properties and sell to investors, to generate a profit for yourself, all without needing traditional real estate credentials or significant starting capital. Now remember, guys, you're not flipping property, you're flipping a piece of paper. That's all you're doing. You're just facilitating a deal. So when you control the contract, which you'll make with the seller, that's going to be your bargaining piece. And that gives you what's called equitable interest to the property, which allows you to make decisions on behalf of the property. After you do that, you would assign your contract. And by assigning, you're basically giving the buyer, your end buyer, who's the investor, rights to your contract, the contract you put in place with the seller. And that's what helps you collect your assignment fee. Pretty easy, pretty standard. You basically get a property under contract, then you sell your contract to the end buyer, who's your investor. The value chain. So you have the seller here, the buyer here, you're in the middle. So you get that motivated seller. They have a problem, something's going on with their property. They're called a distressed seller. Either they're behind on taxes, facing a foreclosure, they have an abandoned property, they have a vacant property, or they have some reason they want to sell or should sell, but they don't have the capital to fix the property up and update it, or they don't have the time to put the property on the market. That's where you come in. You serve as the problem solver and connector who creates value by matching distressed properties with ready buyers. And your cash buyer is the one that comes in, the investor, a rehab, or a flipper with all the capital in the world. And they purchase the properties below market value from you for a rental or a fix and flip. So that's your strategy. Remember, you're just controlling the paperwork. Think about Uber, guys. So just like Uber doesn't really own any of the cars. They connect the drivers with the riders. You don't own the house. You connect the seller with the buyer. Both platforms earn from facilitating transactions. Both solve immediate problems for both parties. Technology is optional, but systems are essential. And that's what we help you do. We help you put a system in place so you do this like clockwork. You're essentially creating a marketplace where none existed before and capturing value from convenience you provide. And this is why you don't need a license, you don't need credit, and you don't need any banks involved. No real estate license is required because you're acting as a principal in the transaction, buying for yourself, not as an agent representing anyone. This means you can wholesale the property without a real estate license, no credit checks or financing. Since you're never closed on the property yourself, your credit score doesn't necessarily matter. You're not applying for a mortgage or anything like that. You're just assisting the seller and by doing what's called, finding a buyer for them. No bank approvals required because you're bypassing the whole banking system altogether. You're making deals happen faster with fewer obstacles for the seller and fewer obstacles for the buyer than conventional real estate transactions. So now next up, guys, I'm actually going to show you why sellers sell their properties below market value, as I briefly mentioned. Now that you understand the wholesaling concept, the next crucial question is why would anyone sell their property for less than what it's worth? There's the distress factors. Sellers face time pressures, financial hardships, property condition issues the traditional buyers won't touch. Value of uncertainty. Many sellers will trade equity for certainty of a quick, hassle-free transaction without repairs, showings, or waiting. And again, guys, some of these properties, they need inspections, but you're solving that for the seller. The seller doesn't have to worry about inspection or anything. They also don't want to have to worry about any hidden costs that may come up. They want to know they're getting a for sure cash offer for their property, and that's the price they're going to get. They don't want any surprises. They're just ready to sell quick and make the deal happen.